Well, as you can see here, I'm almost done. Parts are finally painted and dried. And let me just show you some of the parts that have been painted. The dark gray came out pretty nice. I do like it. And don't have to worry about panel lining on this one. But I'll check the manual and see if it does. The inner frame had to be all black. As you can see, there's a little bit of the white, but it's going to be covered because these are areas that's going to be covered by the remaining kit armor and stuff like that. So I don't have to worry about that. The outer frame, the lighter the gray that I applied came out really good. I gave it a coat of Mr. Clear flat just to set the paint in, because I'm going to attempt to panel line these panel lines here, as you can see. And this is the part that's going to really give me a bit of a problem, because they're very small, very tight within the area. And I gotta, where's my manual? Oh, here. Just want to give you an example of what I'm going to be working with. There we go. Now, this one, let's see here. This one is basically one of the armor for the leg, for the thigh leg. And for those who want to know where it is, it's right there. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell from the print, but the trim here, or the actual panel lining design here, is almost identical to this one, which is basically black and red. Let's zoom in on this so you guys can see this. Well, actually, I'll just bring it up to you guys. Focus, please. Thank you. So, as you can see, this entire area is supposed to be black, and black, of course, here and here. But along the leading edges here, around this, has to be all red. This was one of the issues that I was gonna face. And then I realized, you know what? After like looking at it, either way, I was actually planning on painting this black and then covering it up and then overpainting it with the gray. I thought this would be a lot easier to do this and then just paint the interior black and this black as well. And then, of course, once it's dried, begin with the red. So as you can see, done a little panel lining over here. I was thinking of doing this little guy right there, but I think I may not do because it's too small for this guy to work with. But I'm okay with what I got here. I'll see what I can do. I got a couple other parts here, as you can see. Some other parts that I've noticed doesn't require panel lining, like this rear skirt. It's actually producing its own shade, its own panel lining shade, so I will leave this alone. But to tell you the truth, after now looking at the at this, it may require it. I may do it, so leave that to the side. So there are other parts that have been panel lined and I'm waiting for it to dry, but now I think it's time to move on to the next part, and that is the head. Then once the head. Let me get my instructions here just so I know what I'm doing. Yes, there you are. Now, silly me, I began painting a part that in all intensive purposes, I may have to redo again. And that's this guy right here. I don't think that's a big loss. To redo it again is no big deal. But I need to get this guy in here. So first up, take this guy, the I guess the part where it holds up the head, and then slide him in there. By the way, according to this, alright, the manual shows, and I think I better do it this way, that it has to be in this format, where this edge is leading that way. And take him, or take this part, and then slide him in there, as you can see. And then finally, the most simplest part is just taking the head, or one side of the head, putting him in there right there, then taking this part and in this position, cover him up like that, and then finally sealing the deal with the other part of the head. Alright, so that disassembles the head. But I'm not quite done yet, because now I need to make sure that this head is nicely covered and sealed. And of course I have a tendency of moving things around and giving me a hard time of looking for specific things, mainly a putty. No, that's not the putty. No, that's not the putty. I almost pulled out the same compound that I used to, oh, never mind. Let me see. Here we go. Some white putty. And again, I don't have any scrap paper. Why is it that I always keep forgetting the most essential parts? Hold on a second. Okay. I'll use this for now. A small amount will do. For your kids out there who want to try this out, I would suggest you be in the presence of your parents, because this thing, putties will contain noxious fumes, toxic fumes, and if you don't wear a respirator or, you know, whatever, it could be harmful to you. So food for thought, guys. Don't do this without your parents' permission or guidance. So I'm just going to dabble a bit here, cover up some of the markings. This putty tends to dry very, very quick. I had another putty that I like, but I realized that it was a little bit too strong to use on certain kits. So you may have to play with it. I don't remember the name. While we're waiting for the putty to dry on the head, I think it's a perfect time to start with the assembly of the shoulder armor and get the putty on this armor as well. So first up, we need to assemble the actual shoulder plates, not plates, the shoulder inner frame. That's good.